And we're joined this morning by Dr. Austin Weiser of Pan-Atlantic University. Morning, and thank you for coming on today.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning.
Well, let's start off with that point where the president said he didn't know if Boko Haram leader Boubacar Shekau is dead. I know that got a lot of people actually surprised. Jaws dropped at that.
Well, it's, the president is just being honest. And like the former American president many years ago said that if you tell the people the truth, the nation is safe. And maybe drawing from that. But again, it shows also lack of communication, maybe trusts that the information his lieutenants, the people he placed there to give him intelligent information about what is going on, especially security-wise, there's some disconnect somewhere.
Did he show some sort of frustration there? Because
it shows right there that it's even that he is not even sure. It tells a lot that the service chiefs, they had told him that this man, is dead. And recently, it could be a pre-recorded, it could be something, but that the president, even after his service chiefs said that, look, this man is dead, and he still is not sure. That shows that there's some disconnect. There's something going on somewhere. I know that.
Did the service chief say he categorically that he was dead? Because would you remember that the statement that was read was that he may be dead?
Yes.
That he was shot in the fighting they had in the village, and he was taken away. But they suspected he could be dead.
That's right.
Suspicion is different from being categorically sure.
Let me read it out.
Yeah.
In a press statement yesterday, this was on the 19th of August and published on the 20th, the spokesman of the JTF, Lieutenant Colonel Sagir Musa, said, quote, "Intelligence reports available to the Joint Task Force Operation Restore Order revealed that Boubacar Shekau, the most dreaded and wanted Boko Haram terrorist leader, may have died," end of quote. But they also went on to explain, or as a matter of fact, the statement continues saying he died of gunshot wounds received in an encounter with the JTF troops in one of their camps at Sambisa Forest on 30th June 2013. Shekau was mortally wounded in the encounter and was sneaked into Amichide, or border community in Cameroon, for treatment, which he never recovered from. He also says that he might have died between July 25 and August 3rd.
If you read between the lines, you find that on one hand they're saying, look, they're not sure. On the other hand, he said that he died of some categorical statements were made there. But I was speaking to somebody I know who I didn't know that he was part of the civilian JTF, and just a few days ago, and he told me categorically that Shekau is dead.
Really?
Yes, and maybe, and I don't know. But there's confusion there, and it reminds me of when Al-Qaeda leader was alive, and one time they said, "Oh, he's dead." Another time,
did he tell you how he knew or how he came to that conclusion?
Well, he said that based on the report that he himself could tell me, because he was part of the civilian. He just left. He escaped death, and he just abandoned the project and. I came back to Lagos from Maiduguri, but going by that, there's confusion everywhere about his death. But whether dead or alive, the thing is that you can kill him, but have you killed the idea behind it? What are they fighting for? The issue is Yusuf, their leader, was killed before, and it was killed. But did they kill the idea? Osama bin Laden is dead, but the idea behind it. So we need to begin to reorientate the people, to begin to fight the idea, so that until you arrest the idea behind all these things, there's no way you can completely wipe out terrorism.
If his comments that he couldn't tell if the Boko Haram leader was dead, I mean, there are those who will pick that, run with that. Some will hear that and just feel, oh dear, they'll be demoralized. But the thing is, even globally, we've heard cases where, I mean, look at the case of Osama. Several times, it was also said that, look, this is his condition, but it turned out not to be.
Yeah.
So, could it be the handling of this?
I think
a lot of people.
That's right. I think the statement is begging for something, and what could have been better put. Look, we are still investigating what is going on. And until we find out exactly, before I could say whether he's dead or alive, that could have put him.
So we didn't need the truth in this case.
Yes. So it's just a way of passing on information, and Nigerians expected something, like you said, more to give them hope that this man is no more, and at least we can give a self-relief. But I think by saying that, I don't know. There's something.
I actually wanted us to stay a little bit on the construction of that particular release.
Yes.
Being a communication expert, I wanted us to look at the certainty in the other paragraph as against the probability, the conditionality placed in the first one.
That's right.
It is actually contradictory to the extent that everyone in one breath, you say he may have died. In the other breath, you're saying that he died. So that's an element of certainty.
That's right.
Do you blame Nigerians when they get stories like that from the authorities that he's dead and he died of XY injury?
Yes. In that message, in that statement they made, the first thing that comes to mind that this man is dead. Really? But yes. Now that's the first thing that you read. Then going to read in between, like I said earlier, one is saying that, confirming that we are not sure, but another one is saying that we're sure that he died. Even they went ahead to describe. Is it the fault of the journalist or the fault of the writer?
These are direct quotes from the statement from JTF.
Yes, from JTF, the communication person who handled such, who released that press. Okay, it could be, communication.
Yeah, but Dr. Isaac, we're talking about the military here. You know about military precision. When the military releases statement to you, they know what they're doing. They would have vetted that statement before it comes out. They won't just release any statement.
Yes, but again, you find that communication, experts will also pick holes on that. Yes, experts will pick holes on that, and there could have been a better way of saying it. And that's why it's causing confusion now with the president contradicting what the president just said.
There's also
yes.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, because I actually wanted to take it out of this place. I'm trying to see if we can pick some
what if this is the message they wanted to communicate?
Yeah, the message is confusing. One hand, they say, look, this man may have died. If they had remained in the body of the, in sociology, it's called hacking or something. And when you are, you read between the lines, you find that they're sure, they're saying that this man, they describe the way they killed him, and he did not recover from the gunshot wounds.
And they get the time frame within which he must have died.
Happened. Now, the thing is that the president himself could have said, okay, we're still investigating, what the report that, the intelligence report that we have that he is dead, until we are sure of others, before we can categorically say that he's dead or he's alive.
Because before the statement was released, they waited. Because if you look at this, July 25 to August 3rd, and then the statement comes out August 19.
Yeah.
So there was that hesitation on their part before the statement came up. Because in some other cases, the statement would have come up immediately. And so putting all those into consideration, it says... Yes,
they themselves were not sure. They wanted to be sure. That's why that gap. If they must have spent that time investigating whether the man is actually dead or... But there should be some forensic...
silence now is a little curious, though, because, after the BBC radio service came out to say that, there's another video saying that, Abubakar Shakal is actually alive, they haven't said anything. Unlike the time when a video came out immediately after the statement was released, the army said that they have looked at that video critically, and they can see that the body language and even the manner of speaking of the person who claimed to be Abubakar Shakal was not consistent with earlier videos. In this particular instance, they have been silent. Do you also think that their silence is making them culpable?
Yes, it is. It is, because they could have followed up, and that's what the issue of communication. Before you release information, you must be sure of your source of your credibility of that source, and again you find that silence, it speaks volumes, and it makes them feel that, look, we are not even sure of what we're doing, but can't we do a DNA to find out whether this man is actually the Shekau that, where is the body? Can they release the body to them before coming out to make this kind of statement?
You know, Dr. Moise, perhaps I think handlers of information should actually be properly schooled, because I realize that the frequency with which we counter or rebuff, recant, and even deny some statements is alarming. Is either what you intend to say, you lack language or words to actually express them.
That's right.
Because you can see in logic and even philosophy of language, you can see a whole lot of affirmatives there.
That's right.
When you say he sustained injuries and he never recovered.
Yeah.
So if no one recovered from any injury, meaning you must be a dead man.
That's right.
So these are some of the things people look and they say these are contradictories.
Now, I agree with you that the people that disseminate information to the public need to be, better schooled, and that's why we have a school of media and communication for them to come around and update this thing. But I haven't said that we believe that efforts should be made to improve. And they keep saying we were misquoted. When you think through before you open your mouth to say something, it's like you say something, then you realize you think before you say, then think, rather than think before you say.